It's the one and only Floyd Money Mayweather. I'm here to tell you guys to go to Wheel Motivation. The exotic cars is crazy. I've been watching this show for a little while now and it's growing. But we need everybody else to subscribe to Wheel Motivation and support Wheel. I'm supporting them. You do the same.
Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Will Motivation, and yes, that was a shout out from Money Mayweather himself. Big shout out to Floyd Mayweather. Thanks for the nice intro. Definitely gonna have to use that on my channel. This video right here is going to be sort of a homage to Floyd Mayweather because a lot of people don't like Floyd Mayweather. They think he's somebody that brags a lot. They think he's somebody that shows off a lot. They think he's somebody that I guess they wish he got beat in his career. And there's actually a lot of things we can learn from Floyd Mayweather if you dig a little bit deeper. I'm going to share with you guys some of the things that I learned from Floyd Mayweather that apply to your everyday life, especially if you want to become wealthy. Okay, so the first thing that I picked up from Floyd Mayweather when I was kind of studying his style, his life story, one of the things that I picked up was discipline. So if a lot of you guys have never boxed before, boxing is an art, boxing is a sport that requires tons and tons of discipline, because something about boxing, if you don't have discipline, you don't get up early in the morning and do that run, you don't stay in shape, you can get in the ring and you can get hurt. You not only can get in the ring and lose, but man, you could really get hurt. So boxers have to have discipline, and discipline is something that if applied to whatever it is you're trying to achieve in life can only help you. So some of the ways that I've tried to apply discipline to my life have been really towards my business, building out my business, because one thing about having your own business, there's nobody that's sitting around telling you what to do. You have to have the discipline to force yourself to do what is required to meet the needs of your clients or to make your business successful, and that is discipline. So that's the number one thing you and I can learn from Floyd Money Mayweather. Okay, number two thing that you can learn from Mayweather, and that is consistency. Now, one thing about Mayweather that everybody knows is that he is undefeated. So he's been in the ring. I saw one close fight that Mayweather was in where it could have been a draw because he hurt his hand fighting Jose Luis Castillo. But anyway, they gave him the win. I thought it probably should have been a draw, but he hurt his hand early in that fight and he had to kind of box and move, and it was kind of a whack fight. But then he had a rematch and he won that fight hands down. But anyway, one of the things that, if you want to be somebody that's always successful in the sport of boxing, then you have to have consistency. And consistency is something that in life can also help you, because, like, for example, in business or even in your personal endeavors, being consistent, basically, like if you give your word to do something and you go back on it, or you don't care about it, and you don't have any consistency with who you are, people won't really know what to expect from you. People won't trust you, and people probably won't do business with you, and people might not even want to deal with you as a friend. You know what I'm saying? So one of the things I highly recommend in this game of life, when you're doing business or whatever, is always be consistent. And that's something that no matter what anybody says about Floyd Mayweather, is the dude is massively consistent. So when it comes to building wealth, it's the same thing. So for example, one of the things that wealthy people do is they invest. And one of the things that's like an underlying theme of investing is being consistent. So for example, if you invest in the stock market goes up, it goes down. But if you continue to invest on a consistent basis, month after month, year after year, eventually those investments, through that consistency, will yield a great return on your investment. You'll start making some nice gains. So be consistent. All right, so this third thing is something that I really like, and it's something that like really applies to business. And it also applies to, you know, in life or just building wealth in general, because you get into situations, right? And so just like, you know, Floyd Mayweather is a boxer, he's going to get in the ring with a different opponent every time. And one thing that he has to be is prepared. So always be prepared. So that's my number 3 thing that I've learned from Floyd Money Mayweather, and that is to be prepared. And one thing I like to do in business, because while he might have an opponent in the ring, what I have is either an opponent in business, somebody that's going against me to win like the same business from a client, or, you know, maybe it's not being prepared to defeat an opponent in business, but maybe it's sometimes just being prepared to deal with a client and whatever questions they might ask, you know, whatever ideas they might want me to implement, I have to be prepared. So sometimes that means doing your research, understand who you're dealing with, whether it's a client, or understanding who you're dealing with, whether it's a competitor. You gotta always be prepared. And that's like one of those lessons that goes and spans across all facets of life, is be prepared. And I say be prepared to win. All right, so let's get to number 4. All right, so number 4, the number 4 thing I've learned from Money Mayweather is do not be a quitter. In life, in business, in anything, if you set your mind, and like you make up your mind to do something or meet some goal, you will never meet the goal if you quit before you get there. And sometimes it takes more time for you to get there, or sometimes you get there quickly. But the bottom line is you cannot quit before you get there. And sometimes it's a grind and it's a hustle, but if you quit, you can't get there. If you're a prize fighter and you got the belts like Money Mayweather, you may have to go 12 rounds sometimes. So the last thing you want to do if you're a champion is after the 6th round, you know, maybe you're losing and maybe you're beat down, and you know, you could quit. That's always an option. But if you hang in there, you were prepared, you did your homework, you got your training in together, and you don't quit and you last to that 12th round, but maybe by the time you get to the 11th and 12th round, your opponent will get worn down, and you, not being a quitter, will have the opportunity to take advantage. So that applies in life as well. Sometimes we don't know how close we are to being like successful at whatever it is we're trying to do. You just got to keep chipping away at that rock, man, until you actually hit that gold mine that you're looking for, whatever it is. Could be personal life, could be in business, whatever. Just don't be a quitter. All right, so my number 5 thing is probably something personal to me that I admire about Floyd Money Mayweather, and that is, no matter how much people hate you, or no matter how much people hate on you, know who you are. Stay grounded, know who you are, and then it doesn't matter what people think. Doesn't matter if people hate on you. Doesn't matter if people like boo you, whatever. You know who you are and what you're about. Because sometimes, like for example, one thing I see in Money Mayweather, like he might irritate people because of his style, right, or his swagger. He might irritate people based on how confident he is. And other people don't like that, right? And a lot of people will hate on him, and a lot of people want to see him lose every time he got in the ring. And sometimes he might have to go over the top in a promotion to get people. He had to play the villain sometimes, play his part in order to sell a whole lot of tickets to a fight, sell a whole lot of pay-per-views for a fight. But despite all these people that wanted to see him lose, he would win. And then after the fight, he could be humble. He could be himself, know who he is, know what he's about. But it was mission accomplished, no matter how much people was hating on him. You know what I'm saying? So like for me, you gotta respect somebody that puts in so much effort to be prepared, so much discipline in place. Like that, it takes a lot to be that kind of a person. So I always kind of looked up to that, you know what I'm saying? So that is my other thing, is always remain humble, know who you are, no matter how much people hate on you for playing your part, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta do that. So speaking of staying humble and knowing who you are, even if people are hating or whatnot, I figured this would be a good time for me to just remind you guys who I am. My name is Will Motivation. This is my channel where I like to share experiences owning these supercars. Behind me, I have Knowledge 2.0, which is my supercharged Lamborghini Huracan. And behind Knowledge, I have, let me see if I can lift this up. You guys can see. Can you see it? Let's go over there. That is Action, the Lamborghini Aventador. Like, I do this YouTube for the little kid in me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember being a kid. I remember seeing people with supercars. And I used to always wonder, how does somebody afford a Lamborghini? So once I got to the point where I could afford one of these cars, I wanted to make sure to share whatever knowledge I have, whatever experience I have, to help somebody else out there that's trying to figure out how to make it happen. So that's what my channel is about. Hope you enjoyed this video. Big shout out to Floyd Money Mayweather. Appreciate that. And you guys hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you're already subscribed, hit the thumbs up for me, because that will help other people learn about my channel and check out the videos. So I really appreciate that. I love making these videos for you guys. So make sure, drop me a comment. Let me know what you want to see next, because I got a lot more content planned for the summer. So yeah, we'll be taking that out real soon. So get ready. Peace.
It's the one and only Floyd Money Mayweather. I'm here to tell you guys to go to Wheel Motivation. The exotic cars is crazy. I've been watching this show for a little while now, and it's growing. But we need everybody else to subscribe to Wheel Motivation and support Will. I'm supporting them. You do the same.